Okay, we are back. Hello, hello, hello for another video. Let's do it. Hey guys, hey. So, the last video, oh my God, y'all like me. Y'all really like me. So, that kind of just lit a fire under me to, be more consistent with the content. Clearly, I have a message that the people want to hear. So I'm back, I'm here, and yeah, we're gonna get to it. So I was shocked, but I wasn't shocked by the success of my last video, talking about my 75-pound weight loss. So with seeing that that video performed and is performing so well and bringing a lot of attention to my page, I figured I would definitely go into more depth and talk more about my experiences with weight loss, as far as me just overall having a glow up in my 30s. So that's what a lot of this content going forward is going to be about. And today I actually just wanted to make a video on things that I wish I knew before starting my weight loss journey, and things that I learned during the process, so that maybe, if you're listening to this and you are wanting to start or at the beginning stages of your weight loss journey, this information could be helpful for you. And, anything that can make this process a little easier is always appreciated and a plus. That is pretty much what this video is about. Now, what I do want to say, and I really want to stress, is that when I am talking about my weight loss journey, I am aware that I used a tool to help me. I used zepbound. I'm not going to be shamed about that. I'm not going to feel shame. I'm glad that I used it. It has been wonderful for me. But I know everybody is not on a GLP-1 journey. So obviously their journey, your journey, is going to be a little more hard, a little more harder. It can be. Um, my first time having a weight loss journey was not, 2024. I have been battling with my weight and my body issues since I was as early as high school. And in high school, I was very skinny, but I just had really big boobs. And of course, early 2000s, body issues time. If you were not a size 2, you were fat. Um, so yeah, so throughout that time, and then college, then my early 20s, 2017, I did have a breast reduction, but then that is when I ended up, over the next 5 or 6 years, gaining the most weight. So now I feel like I'm finally at a stable size where I'm like, okay, this is me, this fits me. So I say all that to say, I understand that when I am talking about weight loss, sometimes it might come off like you're talking as if it's so easy, or you're talking about it's just like, snap of a finger, do that. Because when I did use zepbound, or still using it, it made a lot of things more simpler. It just did. And I'm not going to apologize for that, because often we do hear and we see people say, oh, you use this, you use that, you cheated, you cheated. And my thing is always, cheating what? Like, our weight loss journey is not some tests that we either pass or fail. It's our lives, it's our health. Anything, any medicine that is created to help us, I'm never going to say someone cheated or they took the easy way out because they used it. That's what it's for. I just want to preface this whole video by saying I do acknowledge that when I am talking about certain aspects of weight loss and my experience over the last year and a half, it might come with a little, I don't know, weight loss privilege. I don't know. But I do understand that. I understand if you are just like, I'm not using any medications, no weight loss surgery. I'm just, diet and exercise. So it's a little harder for me here and here versus for you. You kind of just like breeze through it. I can understand that. I acknowledge that. So I just want to be fully, transparent because that's just who I am. So, yeah, so let's get into it. Here are some things that I wish I knew before starting my weight loss journey. So, number one, be ready to tackle your mental health and get into the mental component of your weight and the journey that you're about to go on. A lot of people think that you are just simply changing what you eat and working out more. That is a big part of it, but another big part of it is that you have to be ready to tackle the internal part of you. For me, one of the biggest things I had to tackle was I was an emotional eater. I overate. When I was sad, when I was stressed, when I was depressed, even when I was happy, it was like food, a snack, a treat. I had to get to the bottom of why was I like that? If you do not get to the bottom of that, if you're not ready to face those things, your weight loss journey is always going to be up and down. It's always going to be a yo-yo. And we want to get to a point to where we achieve our results and then we're just maintaining. We don't want to make every single year of our life for the next 20, 30 years. I'm trying to lose 20 pounds, trying to lose 30, trying to lose 40, we want to get to a point where it's like we're just maintaining. And to do that, I believe you do have to be ready to really go inward. You have to look at your habits and not only acknowledge them, but why. There is a why for everything. Some things you might know and you just like don't really pay attention, and there might be something deeper. Um, if you watch my 600-pound life, I don't watch it every episode, but I have moments where I will just go and, watch a couple episodes and then maybe, a year later revisit it. The show pops up on my social media algorithm and I'll watch clips. A lot of those people, they start therapy on the show and they have severe childhood trauma. This is not to say that every single person that is overweight, you have, childhood trauma or like this heavy burden of emotional stress that you're carrying around. Not saying that. But a lot of times, food and our inability to really take care of our bodies the way we need to is because there is something else going on that we need to uncover. We need to talk about. We need to, make peace with. So I'm just saying, be ready to tackle that as well. Because if you're not ready to work on what's inside as well as, the outer, it's nothing's going to stick. So I heavily encourage you, even if you need it, if you're thinking about it, get a therapist, start journaling, really start, you know, thinking about, okay, when I overeat, what's going on in here? What does that bring up for me? For me, I'm not gonna lie. When I started my journey, I was 222 pounds, and I have said like I was also in like a very unhealthy relationship. Was not abusive or anything like that, but I will say to me, I had gotten so big and didn't recognize myself to a point where I'm not gonna lie, I was thinking like, well, this person is still around. I'm probably not going to be able to do any better. Like, this is probably as good as it gets. This is, you know, a good guy, great career. He has this, he has that. With me being, my size, with me looking the way I look, it's probably not going to get any better. So maybe I need to just figure out how to stick it out. That was BS on all levels. What? So that also to me was like, wait, there is some self-esteem issues. There is some self-worth. Again, I'm not saying every single person that is overweight, that you have a self-esteem issue, that, you don't love yourself. I'm not saying that. But I am saying that was me. There was a little bit of that. I loved myself, but I didn't love myself enough. So I say all that to say, be ready to go inward. Be ready to really get real with yourself when you take this journey. Number two, be prepared for body dysmorphia. If you are on a journey where you are losing more than, I would say, maybe 30 pounds, something that makes you drop more than a couple, dress sizes, it's very likely that a slight case of body dysmorphia will happen. I feel like I have a slight case of body dysmorphia and I have to do the work to keep it in check. I will go somewhere, I'll just be out and about, and sometimes I'll get a glimpse of myself in a mirror and I feel like I will see an old picture of me, or me with like 40 pounds added on. And like it'll last for just a couple of seconds. And then I'll kind of have to like, snap myself out of it. Like, oh, no, that's not real. But if you're always kind of living, like for me, I still have a little bit of belly fat. It's the last to go. It really is. But I find myself like I'll have the littlest roll, but it will feel like it's like the first thing you see. And I have to literally kind of like tell myself like, your mind is playing a trick on you. It's not that bad. It's okay. I say that because once you get the results or you hit that number, it is very possible that you can get to a point where you're like, whoa, either you're not recognizing yourself, or you're finding yourself like, I'm not small enough. I need to lose 10 more pounds. I need to lose 20 more pounds. Like it can make you feel like you are chasing perfection, or or I don't want to say chasing perfection. It can make you feel like you are just always, oh, now I need to fix this. Now I need to do that. I need to lose this. I need to lose that. Like it can get out of control. So if you are on your weight loss journey, if you're starting it and, the pounds are dropping, the inches are coming off, be very careful once you get past a certain point to not let body dysmorphia like trick you into unhealthy living. Now, going deeper into that also might be something that would require a therapist. Again, I don't have it where it ruins my life, or it's like, oh my God, I can't wear this or do anything like that. But I will have moments and I'm able to kind of just snap myself out of it and be like, hey, no, we're not doing that. And I'm able to go about my day. But if I got to a point where it felt like, okay, this is really hindering me, I'm starting to see myself differently. Like again, I don't care if the scale moves in terms of numbers, but I do want to lose about 3 to 4 more inches off my belly. I've said that. I do want to do a little more toning to like my inner thighs. That's about it. If I came to you guys next week and said, you know what, guys, I think I need to lose 20 more pounds. I need to get to 120 pounds. Yeah, that is likely, body dysmorphia. I don't even want to think about what I'd look like at 120 pounds. And I'm not a therapist, so when it comes to that, I don't want to go too deep into it because I don't want to be here giving mental health advice to things that I'm not trained in, I'm not certified in. So just based on my experience, if you are in your weight loss journey and you've lost a good amount of weight and you are experiencing the things I've talked about, definitely see someone, definitely look into it, because that is how, a eating disorder can form, and we don't want that. After, the last two were a little heavy, let's lighten the mood. Let's get a little fun. So, number 3, you will find joy in the smallest things that you realize you did not enjoy before. For me, I love shopping. I've loved the act of shopping, but I hated the actual needing to try on clothes, being disappointed. I've bought 10 items into the dressing room and only one thing looks good. I hated that it just felt like finding a simple item felt just so, it felt so stressful. And it was just always a reminder of like, you're out of shape. Your body doesn't look good. Now I go shopping or I even buy stuff online, and it's just like, it's so much easier. I enjoy it. I love putting on clothes and then turn around, look in the mirror, and it's like, oh, okay, I like this. I like what's happening. So I find so much joy in that. I am enjoying just getting back to getting dressed and going out, because I know I'm going to fully like what I look like. Or I've had moments in the past where I would like what I look like when I left the house, and then I'd be in a picture and I'm like, oh my God, oh my God. Or all of my pictures needing to crop them above. So, you're not seeing the full body. And I'm just like, so yeah, I definitely feel that where I'm at now, I love it. So you will definitely find areas in your life where you are like, I love this. I like this. Like the little things that you did not realize that didn't bring you joy will now bring you joy. It can be, yeah, it could be anything. Like for me, I mentioned in the last video, I love working out now, but not just going to the gym. I enjoy trying new activities because it doesn't feel like it's just extra hard. So I don't mind hiking. I did aerial yoga last month and I was so nervous because it was like, oh my God, this is going to be really bad. And it was really fun. Like I had the core strength to pull myself up. I was just, I was able to flip and do all the fun stuff. And again, I always feel like I need to preface this because I don't want to imply that if you are plus size, you can't do that. I've seen tons of videos where there are women that are plus size and they are moving and they are doing the damn thing. So this is just my experience and how I felt. So yeah, this weight loss journey will bring a little spark to your life where you will start to enjoy the little things. So yeah, definitely look forward to that. And this is where maintaining, regaining, and everything comes into play. Be ready to make permanent lifestyle changes. This is not to say, oh my God, I can never have fast food again. I can never drink alcohol. I can never, I have to be in the gym 5 days a week. No social life. It's not, no, no. However, you will need to adapt better eating habits, a workout schedule, and for a lot of us at the very beginning of lifestyle change, yeah, your social life is going to take a big backseat. If you are the type of person that goes out maybe like twice a week, every week, yeah, the first couple months, it might only be where you are only going out once or twice a month. There will be activities where you're like, yeah, I need to sit it out, because what we do not realize is that with weight loss, motivation will only keep you for so long. After a while, it's discipline. It's because, okay, this is a habit. It's as simple as like getting up and brushing your teeth or showering. A lot of times we look forward to it. We wake up or we go to sleep and we're like, oh, or before we go to sleep, and we're like, yeah, I need a shower. I need to brush my teeth. Teeth don't feel clean. And then there are some days where it's like, oh my God, I'm so tired, but I cannot lay here. I cannot get up and start my day without brushing my teeth or taking a shower. That's just what it is. So you're going to have days where you're like, oh, I don't feel like cooking. But I know if I go and get that 1,400 calorie fast food meal, that's going to kind of contradict the workout that I did this morning. So let me get up, take the hour, and do my meal prep. I didn't go to the gym for the last 2 days. Let me get up and go. Or even if I don't go to the gym, let me go for a walk. Let me go do, 2 miles. You have to be ready to make permanent lifestyle changes. You can't think, oh my God, I lost the weight, and then go back to binge eating, drinking alcohol all the time, and then think you are still going to keep your dream physique. It's not going to happen. So, in the beginning of your weight loss journey, you will have times where, especially in the beginning, because you are learning a new routine. And for a lot of us, we could be doing good. And that one cheat meal or cheat day will end up spiraling into, oh my God, I had a whole week of just eating healthy, of eating horribly, and I didn't go to the gym once. We will set a schedule where it's like, okay, we go to the gym on this day. If we skip this day, we know it will probably lead to us backsliding and then not going back for a whole week. So in the beginning, yes, you have to be strict on yourself. As you see more and more results as time goes by, you'll slightly tweak to where it's like, okay, I'm not in the gym 5 days a week, I'm now 4 days. Yeah, I do eat fast food here and there, but guess what? I found healthy options. Yeah, I go out, I have, drinks with friends, but instead of me having 3 drinks, I only have one. And my one drink is, I don't know, like a tequila, soda water, vodka tonic. It's something with a lot less calories. Or, you know what? I did go out twice, but both times I went out, I didn't drink alcohol. You will learn to like slowly make tweaks, make adjustments to where, yeah, you still have your social life, you're still doing X, Y, and Z, but you are still honoring your lifestyle change. And after a while, it just becomes embedded to the point where you're like, oh wow, I didn't even realize that like when I go out, I don't even drink as much. I actually don't even really have the desire for it. Oh man, yeah, I've been in the gym 4 times this week. It becomes a habit. But it's going to take work for it to become a habit. That is pretty much the whole point. Everything you do is going to take time, because if we were able to just snap our fingers and it worked, a lot of us would not be overweight in the first place. We would have never had a weight issue because everything came easy to us. So, because it is harder, we are going to have to implement a lot more strict things, and then we need to be ready to make it permanent. Okay, you guys, last but not least, be ready to mourn the old you just a little bit. Um, I actually had a lot of feelings about this one over the last 2 weeks. So, two things have happened. First thing, I did my second clothing purge where I had to get rid of a lot of stuff that no longer fit. And I did the first one at the very end of 2024, or actually maybe January. Yeah, January 2025. And then I just did this second and final one. Yeah, so a year later. And looking back at the video I posted it on my social media, and then also editing my last weight loss video and then having to insert pictures of me from, 2 to 3 years ago. It was just it was it felt wonderful because it was like, wow, you really did it. Wow. But it was also a little like, man, it feels like I had to get rid of me to be a new person, if that makes sense. And of course, at first it's like, well, that's the meaning of losing weight. Yes, you want to change. You want, to not fit your clothes. You want to look back at pictures of you and be like, "Dang, I look good now. What?" I did it. But there was just a sense of like, "Oh my god, that's the old me." Like it felt like a different person that I had to say goodbye to. And as I looked at pictures of me, it was just like, she looks happy, but she looks so sad. And it was kind of like telling a person with a genuine good heart, like a genuinely kind hearted, nice person, you're not good enough. So I have to leave you behind. Um, mm, yeah. So yeah, that's what it felt like. And it got a little 1 minute. Okay. So sorry about that. I needed a minute. And I've not reached the point of like crying on camera. um, but yeah, yeah, it felt a little like looking at old pictures of me, like telling this good person, this kind-hearted, lovely person, life is about to get really great, but you can't come along. You can't be here. And that's just kind of like what it felt like looking at those pictures, like seeing me and just seeing my face. And it's like, this girl wants happiness. This girl wants to love her body. This girl, you know, and I do. I'm still her. I'm still that person. But it just felt like two different people. It's weird. But that is also why I think it circles back to the first thing where, you know, having a therapist, having, the mental health tools to tackle the emotional journey that you're on with weight loss, because weight loss is very spiritual. It is very spiritual. So, yeah. So, there is a little bit of that. And, there's also just a reminder of she's still here. I'm still here. This is, a wise man once said, girl, you used to pray for times like this. So they're here. Enjoy them. So be ready for that, because you will look at old pictures of yourself and be like, wow. And then looking at pictures of yourself from 18 months ago and being like, that was only 18 months ago, but it seems so long, but it seems so, um, so I wouldn't say it's bittersweet, but I will say it's a little, it feels like I had to shed, well, I did. I had to shed an old version of myself to show up as I do today. But there's also the, that old person, the heart, the character, the kindness, the warmth, that person is still there. I had to change a few things. I had to add in a little of this, take out a little of that. But the core of Roberta, she's still here. And, if it ends up where, I gain 50 pounds back or whatever, that Roberta's still going to be here. Okay, you guys. So thank you again for joining me. I hope this video was very helpful, very insightful, added a touch of motivation, and gave you what you needed to hear to make your journey a little less hectic. It's long, it's hard, and it's never ending. That's one thing I do want to stress about weight loss, what I'm learning. It just evolves. I've gotten to a point over the last 2 months where I was like, okay, the goal is no longer fat loss. It's really focusing on toning and, mobility, things like that. The journey of weight loss, it simply evolves. It does not stop. It looks different. The type of workouts you do, the new stuff that you start doing, the different foods you try, it evolves. So be ready for an evolving journey. If I can, give you anything, because once you lose all the weight, maintaining it, that is the battle. That is the battle. You don't want to do all this hard work and then, 2 years later, you're like, wait, I've gained all the weight back plus 20 pounds. You know what? And it happens. If it does happen, hey, you get back on the roller coaster and you do it again. But it's a lifelong battle, or not even a battle, because after a while it becomes, it's a new you. It's a lifestyle change. I do love that now, people don't even really say, or they try to stay away from the word diet. It's a lifestyle change because we want the results to last forever. So we have to make permanent lifestyle changes. Thank you so, so, so very much for tuning in. I hope that this video gave you some nuggets for you to take with you on your journey. I am loving the support to all my new subscribers. If you're just finding me, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much. I am, getting consistent with this. I have more videos. I'm probably actually going to film another video today because I'm trying to bring you guys the content. when I saw that you guys really liked my weight loss video, I was like, what? What? We are in there. So I just definitely want to keep delivering everything like that. So follow me, Instagram, TikTok. I'm going to put that right there. If you see anything, I have on shorts under here. So you guys were never, ever, ever, in danger of being flashed. So don't even worry about that. But yeah, follow me on social media, like, comment, subscribe. I reply to comments. We can keep the conversations going. Welcome new followers. Welcome back returning. Thank you guys so much for the support. Have a great rest of your week. Until the next video. Bye.